这里是史蒂夫牧师。现在我要告诉大家一件突破性的消息，我要告诉你关于在以色列所发生的历史背景。很多人对于川普总统有批评，这就是为什么神要拣选使用川普总统来实行他的旨意。耶稣会回来，犹太人正等待他们的弥赛亚。现在是以色列的70年的建国。我们有光明节的快要来到，向我所有的犹太朋友们说，光明节快乐。这是关于庆祝圣殿的一个日子。这些和川普所做的有什么关联呢？让我们来讨论一下。现在我们来看看传统的基督教领袖，像教皇。
Whoever the Christian leader is, supposedly there's a Christian leader of Jerusalem, they are all disagreeing with Donald Trump right now. So it's no surprise that God doesn't use any of them, but uses a secular man who says he believes in Jesus, who says he believes in God, to bring a restoration, an official recognition of the city of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Now, to say that this is novice or this is something radical is really disingenuous because it's just in agreement with what was proclaimed 22 years ago in the Jerusalem Embassy Act of 1995. If you've been following me on end-time teaching, you know that that number 22 is no coincidence. That is a divine number, a stamp of God. Why? Because 22 is the number of the Jews. 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, 22 chapters in the book of Revelation. For those Jews and Messianic Jews who might not follow that, go and look at the book of Revelation because that's a blueprint right now for what is happening. So even though it was passed into law by the American government, and every president knows that, they've done nothing for 22 years. And I believe because God was setting it up since 1995 to now, to wait for the opportune moment, the 70th anniversary of Israel, to bring the temple. How could this bring the temple about? First of all, let's read the act. I'm reading directly. This is first-hand, first source knowledge. The 1995 Jerusalem Embassy Act. Be it enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled. Section 1. The Congress makes the following findings. Each sovereign nation under international law and custom may designate its own capital. Since 1950, the city of Jerusalem has been the capital of the state of Israel. 3. The city of Jerusalem is the seat of Israel's president, parliament, and Supreme Court, and the site of numerous government ministries and social and cultural institutions. The city of Jerusalem is the spiritual center of Judaism, and is also considered the holy city by the members of other religious faiths. From 1948 to 1967, Jerusalem was a divided city, and the Israeli citizens of all faiths, as well as Jewish citizens of all states, were denied access to holy sites in the area controlled by Jordan. In 1967, the city of Jerusalem was reunited during a conflict known as the Six-Day War. Since 1967, Jerusalem has been a united city administered by Israel, and all persons of all religious faiths have been guaranteed full access to holy sites within the city. So what does Congress then pass into law? Let me go down there. A timetable. Jerusalem should remain an undivided city in which the rights of every ethnic and religious groups are protected. 2. Jerusalem should be recognized as the capital of the state of Israel. If any Democrat, if any left-winger is trying to make a big deal about this, well, I'm sorry, this was passed by a bipartisan Congress 22 years ago. It's actually U.S. law. Number 3, the United States Embassy in Israel should be established in Jerusalem no later than, listen to the date, May 31, 1999.
不迟于
I think
1995
we're a
年的
little bit
5月
behind
30
schedule,
日。
so God's
现
going
在
to
已经
use
落后
a
了，
construction worker,
但是
a
神
real
使
estate
用了开发
developer
商
to get this done.
和地产商
This
来完
project
成这
is
件事。
so reflective of
这
government.
显示了政府的状态。
1999, it was supposed to be
1995 年
completed.
就应该
Listen to
完
this.
成的，
There's
却一
also
直
a
拖到
budget
现
to it.
在。
In the fiscal year of 1996, of the funds authorized to be appropriated for acquisition and maintenance of
另外，
buildings abroad for the
搬迁的费
Department
用
of State,
在当时也已经通
in
过
this
了。
fiscal year of 1996, not
在
less
1996
than
年的时候
$25 million
已经通过了，
should be made available
拨
until
下
extended
2500
only
万
for
美元
construction and
为
other
搬迁
costs associated with the
美国大使馆
establishment of the
到
United
耶路撒
States
冷的
Embassy in Israel in
费
the
用。
capital of Jerusalem. Did you hear that? The funds were allocated.
预算
The
已经拨
embassy
下来
move
了，
was approved
搬
in
迁的使馆的法案
1995.
也已经通过
And
了。
guess what? Donald Trump
1995 年
is a
就通过
promise keeper. Donald
川
Trump
普
is
总
actually
统
doing
是一个
something
守
shocking
信
to the
承诺的人，
politicians. He's keeping his promise.
他所
So
做
all of
的
these
让
people
政
that are
治界
critical
震
against
惊。
him, like the Coptic
虽
Pope,
然他
that's
信守
the
承诺，
Egyptian
可
equivalent of the
是
Pope,
很
has
多人却
decided
议论
to
他。
cancel
例如，
his
埃及
meeting
的
with
教
a
皇
Christian
要
vice
取消
president
和
Mike
基督徒
Pence.
副总统
These
潘
people are
斯的
actually
见面。
denying what is
这些
reality,
人其
what
实
is
是否
history,
定
and
了
actually what
历
is
史
law
事实
by United States
和美
government.
国政府的法律。
And successive presidents have ignored this
历
law.
届的总统
They supposedly
忽
just
略
can
和
waiver
放弃
this law
执
and
行
not
美国
enact and
通
not
过的
do
这项
what the
法
law
律。
says. But Donald Trump is now
但
just
是
doing what is
川普
historically,
总统所
prophetically,
做的是
and
历
legally
史性、
right
预定
and
性、
just.
合法性
A
和公
nation
正性
has to
的，
have its own
就是
capital.
认可
And so I think right now, as we're
一个国
entering
家
into the
必须有
Hanukkah
自己的首
season
都。
in 2017,
在
we can be
2017年
looking
即将进入
forward
光
to
明
the
节的时
rebuilding
候
of，the
我们期待
Temple of
很快
Jerusalem
的
very soon.
圣殿就
How
要被
does
重
changing
建。
this equation by
川普
Donald
总
Trump
统
work?
此
It
举
gives leverage
为以色
to
列
the state of Israel.
带来了
The
极大
status
化
quo
的
has
效
meant
益。
intermittent conflicts.
当
Nothing
和
has been
平谈
resolved.
判
The European
毫
leaders
无
are
进展
upset,
的时候，
but nothing's been
川普总
resolved.
统
So what does a businessman like
说
Donald Trump do? He now creates leverage. He says, we recognize
正
officially
是
that
承认以色列的首
Jerusalem is
都
the capital of Israel. It's the obvious, it's the law,
是合
but
法
he
的，
actually says it. It's a negotiation tactic.
也是一
Now
个
the
谈判
Palestinians
的
can come back.
策略。
Probably they're going to
巴
start
勒
out
斯
with
坦可能
violence.
会有一段
That's
时
the way
间
they've
有
done
暴
it.
力，
There's going to be
但是过了
violence
一段
for
时
a little
间，
while, and then it settles down. Then they
他们
come
会
back to
说
the negotiating table, and they say, well,
回
we
来
want
谈判
the
桌上
city. We want
说
part
我
of the
们要
city. We
分
want to
割这个
divide the city.
城市
But。guess what? Maybe we'll give you a
也许那
concession.
个时候，
Maybe you can build
他
the
们会
temple.
拿建立圣
Or the
殿来作
conflict
为
just
交换
goes
条
out into
件，
all-out war.
或者
Who
这个
knows?
冲突
And
变
then
成一个
Israel
战
wins
争。
again, like they've done
以色列会
in
再一次赢
1948
得
and
战争，就像
1967.
1948
Maybe there's
年、
another war.
1967年的战
We've
争
got
一
the
样。
Feast of Purim coming up
我
at
们
the
现
end
在
of
很快的进
February,
入普尔节，
February
明年的
28th
2
to
月
March
底
1st,
到3
and
月
that's
1号。
associated with war. That's
而
associated
这
with
是关于
Israel's
以色列
victory
从波斯
from
帝国压迫
oppression.
中得到
And
释放、
historically,
得
that
胜
was
的一个
oppression
战
by
争。
Persia. Maybe somehow between now and then, there's an all-out war. Israel wins
从这
again,
个时候到那
and
时
then
候
the，temple
如果以色列
is
再次赢得
rebuilt.
战争
But
胜利的话，
whatever
圣殿
is
就会
going to
被重
happen
建。
between now and then, we know that
川
God
普
is
总
using
统
Donald Trump to simply
是被神使用
enforce a
执行
law
了
that has been enacted.
22
Right?
年前没有被
Enforce
执
a
行
law
的
that
法
has been
律，
enacted 22 years ago. So there's nothing that is
这是
surprising about that, and
并
it's
没有什
very
么
just
让
and
人震惊，
righteous.
是非
And we
常
should be
公正的
praying for
事。
President Donald
我们
Trump
应该
and
继
Mike
续的
Pence
为
more
总
and
统
more
和副
because
总
God
统
is
来
using
祷
him
告
in。ways that apparently
显
he
然，神
can't
无法
use
使
the
用
mainline Christian leaders,
主流的
and
领
he
袖
can't use some of the
和一般
churchgoers, but he
这
can
礼拜的
use
基
a
督
tough
徒，
negotiator, a
神使用
bulldozer
了
like Donald Trump. So with that
善于谈
historical
判的高
context
手
in
如
mind, with that
川
number
普总统。
22 in mind,
根据
we
这样的
know
历
we're
史背
living in
景
the
和
end time.
22的数字意义，我们知道我们现在正在末世的当中了。